What's up, kiddos, and welcome back to another Drawing with Trowbro. And today we're going to be looking at the illustrator Gerald McDermott, and specifically his book Arrow to the Sun. And what's interesting about Arrow to the Sun is it's a book or a tale about the Pueblo Native Americans. And what's cool about Gerald's artwork is he uses color to emphasize temperature. So the Pueblos live in really hot places. Think like Arizona. It's really hot there. And so Gerald only uses warm colors, which are red, orange, yellow, and brown, which is kind of a shade of orange. And so you can see this picture, these Pueblos that the Native Americans lived in. And I think Pueblo means like village or town, and that's why they got their name, because they have these really cool looking structures that they live in. And we're going to be using warm colors. We'll make our own Pueblos, and you can get a real sense of that heat from the picture. So get your pencils and crayons, and let's get started. Alright, so here on my left I have my Pueblos that I've drawn earlier, and I'm going to draw with just a brown crayon. If you want to, you can draw with a pencil first and then trace over it with the crayon, or if you feel confident. I mean, most of these shapes are pretty simple. I think you probably could do it just with the crayon. I'm going to go over for my horizon line, and then I'm going to go up, and then we'll go maybe a little bit higher, and then draw this line going all the way across, down, and then back over. Now the nice thing about this crown is it is going to create a little barrier between my paints, so I don't have to wait for my paint to dry. Sometimes you want to let the paint dry so the colors don't mix. And the nice thing is if there is any mixing on this picture, it's going to be okay, because all these colors that we're using are hot colors. Orange is made with red and yellow, so if the red and yellow touch, they make orange. If the orange touches the red, it's going to make a red orange. And if the orange touches the yellow, it's going to make a yellow orange. That's the nice thing about using colors that are all next to each other on the color wheel. Alright, I almost have my beautiful horizon done. I love it. It's going to be my little stripes. And then let's do that little pattern that I see on the inside right there. Let's make a rainbow. And then do another one. And then on the inside, it looks kind of like a staircase. It goes up, 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 and then it goes down the other way. And if you want, you could draw some other ones around it. Maybe over here, I draw a little design, a little plus sign right there. Maybe come over here. Maybe I'll do a triangle design. Maybe I'll do a Triforce from like Legend of Zelda. I'll draw like a triangle and then make an upside down triangle. There we go. Nice little geometric shapes. All right, now let's do our Pueblos. I'm gonna start right here in the middle. I'm just gonna do a nice normal building. Just a square, keep it simple. And I'm gonna come over here to the edge, or how about I come over here? I'll go over a little bit, and it's gonna go up a little bit taller. It's gonna have 2 floors. So it's gonna look kind of like a shoe or a one stair. One stair goes over like that. All right, and then let's come and I'm trying to make all these buildings a little different. So this building, I'm going to, looks like it comes off the top of this one, and then it goes over, and then it has a little square on top, and then over, and then it goes down right where that meets right there. Looking good so far. All right, then, now it doesn't have to be the exact same as this. I could change it up a little bit and just I could draw something like that. It doesn't really matter. Okay, now I'm gonna draw a building just like this where it goes up, but it's gonna be flipped. So over here, let's go, maybe go off here. I'm gonna go up a little bit higher, and then go over, and then down. Okay, just like this one goes up, over, then down, and over, and I'm gonna end right on the top of that building right there. And then how about right here, I just draw a normal rectangle building from this one to here. So I just go up, oh no, my crown. I am pushing down really hard, that's okay. Over and then down. I'm pushing hard so it's a nice dark brown color, and I know that the walls are nice and thick so the colors aren't going to be mixing. Okay, let's see what else I can do. Maybe we just do another building here, and then I'm going to add just one more building right here. All right, let's make it go down. There we go. I like it. It looks good. If I want to, I could probably put another building there, but I think it looks good. Let's do, make a little ladder going from one part to the other. So I just draw like what looks like 2 lines, and then I just draw some lines going the opposite way for my ladder. And maybe I put another one up here. Line, line looks kind of like an equal sign. And then just lines go in the opposite direction. Perpendicular. And then let's draw a couple doors and windows. Now they didn't have doors, they just had kind of like a walkway you could go inside. Let's draw one there. Maybe I'll draw one up here. And then a couple windows. You don't need to draw windows on all of them, just a couple. Let people know that the wind is blowing in and cooling these buildings off because they did not have air conditioning back then. All right, I think that was good. Now let's draw our sun. Now because I have a bigger blank spot right here, like this is a little bit smaller, I think I'm actually gonna draw my sun over here. So draw it with my little circle, and then let's do little triangles. Let's do one on the top, one on the bottom, one on the left, one on the right, and then once I get that done, I'll do the diagonals. Let's do one right here, one right here, oops, one right here, and then one right here. And then I think I am ready to start painting. Now, because the Pueblos lived in such a hot area like in Arizona, I am going to use only the hot colors. So I'm going to be using yellow, orange, and red. Okay, and brown too, because brown is kind of like a really dark orange color. It's like the shadow of orange. So let's get some water, and I'm gonna start. Let's start with the top. All right, I'm gonna start with the sun. I'm just gonna work my way top to bottom. So I'm gonna do the sun, and I'll do the sky around it. I'm gonna paint it kind of like the way I see this one right over here. So I'm gonna paint the sun red. Ooh, there's a lot of water on that sun, so you definitely be careful. Just try to stay inside that circle. If you notice that there's a lot of paint, you can squeeze the water out of your paintbrush and use it kind of like a sponge. All right. Now it's like a pink color. It's like I want it to be a dark red, but I don't want there to be a puddle on it either. Make sure your paintbrush stays nice and pointy. Looks good. Looks way better. I mean, pink sun's cool, but I really wanted a red one. I'm gonna put a little water in all these so that they are ready to go. Swirl it around. Now, if you have a big paintbrush like this, you might want to put it down if you're doing a little small shape. So for these little triangles right here, let's go in. Paint these little triangles. All right, now I'm gonna paint the sky yellow, and I'm probably gonna do time lapse here because this is probably gonna take me, a hot second to paint. So time lapse. Okay, now that I have all of my sky done, I'm gonna start painting the buildings. Now you'll probably notice that all of my buildings over here are a couple different colors. So for instance, I'll use, let's say, a red color on this building, but I don't want it to be just red, because just red is a fun color, but I can mix it with maybe a little bit of orange. So let's clean my brush out, get a little bit of orange, and mix the red with the orange. Now it makes this really nice red-orange, because red and orange are right next to each other on the color wheel. Orange is made with red, so like if you add a little bit more red to your orange, you're gonna get a reddish orange. And the same thing happens with yellow. Like watch this, I'll paint this one right here orange. And when I'm done, I'll add a little bit of yellow to it. I'll make an orangish yellow. Clean my brush out. Get some yellow, swirl it around. The longer you swirl around, the darker your color is going to be. So now I got a nice yellow color. Very pretty. All right. But some of these buildings you can just color just red, but it's fun to play with colors. All right, so, because right now the rainbow, there's only 6 colors in the rainbow, but if you mix them, you have like infinite amount of colors. All different kinds of colors when you mix them. So instead of just having, red, orange, and yellow, I can mix yellow and orange and get red, orange, or yellow, orange, and I can mix red with orange. So I can get like a bunch of new colors, just adding some of these colors together. I can also, here, let me show you. So I have a yellow building and a red building. Let's do a yellow building down here, but I'm gonna add just a little bit of brown. Because brown, I said, is like earlier, is like a dark orange. So if I have a yellow building right here, and I add, let's say, just a little bit of brown, not a whole lot. All right, just a little bit of brown. It's gonna make a little bit of a darker yellow. See, look at that, that's a nice color. All right, and then let's do orange right here, and then I'll add a little bit of brown to it and see what I get. So the crown is really helpful to keep these colors from mixing right now, if you can stay in those lines. Okay, then add a little bit of brown to this. See, now I got like an orange brown. All right, and then maybe we'll do, right here, we'll do the red brown. You know, I just kind of noticed that this building right up here is yellow and the sky's yellow. So it's not a very good contrast. You know, the yellow doesn't really pop out. So I might need to add a little bit of orange or red to that. So here, get my red and do like a darker red. All right, let's add some red to this yellow up here. And we'll probably get some kind of orangish color. There, that looks way better than it, I mean, it was good before, but now there's some contrast, and you can tell that this building is different. All right. Okay, I think maybe this last building needs to be orange. Maybe it'll be just orange by itself. Not gonna add anything to it. See, how pretty is that? See, all my buildings are kind of different, just kind of like on this one. You know, it's fun to play with these warm colors. All right, now let's do my stripes. I think it goes red, then orange. Red, 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 red. All right, make sure my paintbrush is staying nice and pointy. Go across, then go up. Yeah, it's taking some time, all right? So let's do another time lapse. All right, now that my time lapse is over, I'm gonna color the inside of these. Same colors as my cities, warm colors, red, orange, and yellow. I like that red right there, that red orange looks really nice. Oh no. I'm gonna color my Triforce a little yellow, a little gold, oops. Brown there mixed. That's okay though. They still make really good colors. So let's do some orange over here. All right, now what I need to do is I need to wait until this is dry to color the windows and doors. I might be able to use a crown. No, I can't because it's wet. So when you're done and this is dry, you can paint those doors and windows dark brown, or you could have colored them with brown to begin with. Your call, but that's how you make your Pueblo. Well, kiddos, I hope you had fun making your Pueblos. It's really fun to play with color and temperature. You could use hot colors to make a hot or a warm feeling picture, or you could use cold colors if you wanted to make it feel like it was really cold, like blue, green, and purple. Color's super fun and super important in art, and I can't wait to see all your experimentations. And I'll see you next time on Drawing with Trowbro.